Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the PaperPot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower.
I'm like really blown away at the sense of community and, within your customer base, your volunteers, just kind of overall, this like really tight knit group of supporters and cheerleaders that you've had. And it's really inspiring to see because like I said, sometimes you can just see them as like customers, dollar signs,
Right.
you look in Square after, the end of a market and it's like
Yeah.
this many new customers, this many whatever. And, you're like,
Right.
well, that was Dee Dee. Like you don't see that in
Yeah.
Square. Like she buys her arugula every single week. And so, but you can fall into that temptation of just seeing people as dollar signs or as numbers.
Yeah.
And it's like, did this just happen organically or was this like a really intentional
Mhm.
process that you went through to cultivate this community there?
Wow, that's such a great question. I mean, I could be really philosophical about that. I won't go too far down that.
Go for
But
it. We don't have to just talk business the whole
okay.
time. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I mean, my life is very centered around like relationships and caring and love and compassion and um really I think the key to health is connection.
Mhm.
And so I've been known in the community to do other things before farming that kind of set me up to have, like, a really wide customer base. I have a chef texting me right now, or just, like, it's an example of a relationship is, like, super close to all the chefs, all the customers. But so before I was farming, I, was a yoga teacher, I did body work in St. Louis, I just had this thing where I would pull people together in community and, was focusing on a lot of different, like, avenues of health. And so when I started farming, I had like an instant customer base just because of my, reputation in the city and what I was known for. And so I just ran with that with the farming too. It's like, I really do truly care about each person that comes to purchase from me. And so, like, if you were there, you'd see a long line of people, and every single person that gets their order from me out of my truck, I talk to them. I ask them about their life. We talk about something that they told me before. They ask me. Like, it's truly a conversation. It's not just an exchange of food. It's an exchange of love, of care, of relationship, of connection. And those people keep coming back and they tell their friends too. And so it's very important for me. It gives me purpose. And, when farming gets really hard, it going there and having those people show up and truly, like, express their gratitude is, like, just gets you right through. So, it is important. It's kind of the, like, foundation of my business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think, um, I mean, I was super blessed to be able to like we were a part of like a real like intentional group of community, and I thought that was kind of going to be like the center of our business, and it just didn't end up that way. And
Yeah.
when we moved out to the farm, things sort of changed. But trying to cultivate that,
Yeah.
which it's something that I don't know if it gets talked about enough. But like moving out to a more rural area,
Yeah.
I mean, we're significantly farther outside of town,
Yeah.
but like, those things where it's like, oh, you don't see the person at the grocery store, you don't see him at church, or you don't see him at T-ball practice or whatever. Like, you have to be even more intentional to,
Right.
cultivate those relationships. I mean, I'm just talking about generally in life,
Totally.
with friendships and
Yeah, yeah.
your kids having friends and so on and so forth. But yeah, but with the people that are making your business possible,
Yes.
it's like it's yes, it's my business. Yes, I'm the one doing, 99% of the work, but at the end of the day, it's like they are probably even more integral to that because if it wasn't for them, it's just me with a gigantic garden.
Yeah.
And obviously part of that is just in the practicality of, you have to have people to buy your produce in order to pay bills,
Yeah.
but also it's like, but like you said, that it's that motivation to kind of keep you going. You have a rough week, you have a
Yeah.
crop failure, you're
Yeah.
just burned out that week. And it's like, but someone to just like, oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
You're so nice. You're always so positive. Or, if it's like you have the best lettuce at the market,
Yeah.
those things are really that like sort of shot in the hip to keep you going.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think it's imperative to running a small business in general, but especially one that is so intimately involved in people's lives through the
Yeah.
things that they're putting into their body.
Yes.
Um, you have to have a sense of community and a sense of relationship with your customers to be successful.
Yes. Yes, and I suggest to other farmers, small businesses, like, be the one that reaches out. Like, for example, one of my customers confided in me that she's having a big surgery, and she told me the date. I, like, literally wrote it on my calendar right away, and I reached out to her the day before, like, just, like, these relationships are so important, especially if you're a small business, like, the more of those you can cultivate, like, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I mean, that's a perfect example of going like well above and beyond just being like having a nice bubbly personality and
Yeah.
remembering someone's name. I mean, we did not to toot my own horn, but I think it's just a great example for people to be able to learn from. But at our market, there's a significant number of people who, are buying produce with their EBT card. They're using SNAP dollars and with all the stuff that we've dealt with this fall with all of that. Um, I one family in particular, they've got like 100 kids and they care so deeply about their health in every sort of way. And like as soon as I knew that it was like that tap was getting turned off, like I immediately was like, hey man,
Oh, yeah.
um, like I know this is going on, blah, 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 blah. It's like, whatever you need, just tell me. Like, I've got you, and
Yeah.
it's like, I don't
Yes.
expect like you pay me back later, whatever. It's like, we've got more than enough food.
Yeah.
This $50 worth of stuff that I'm going to give you is not like, it's not going to make or break us, and not even in the sense of like, oh, and look how good of a job I am of ensuring that I have a customer for life. It's like, no, it's like, I just
Yeah.
care about these people and
Yeah.
I want these little kiddos to, you know, be able to have super nutrient dense food and not worry about the
Right.
parents stressing. I mean, if
Yes.
if anybody that has kids, that worry because it's so external. It's not about you, it's about them. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, going above and beyond with,
Yeah.
your customers and your friends with this amazing gift that we have of food.
Food, right. Right.
It's I think it's super imperative to make truly making an impact, and then hopefully that impact will benefit us in the sense of having like a successful, stable,
Yeah,
income.
for sure. What you give is what you receive,
Absolutely.
so it's a give and take. Yeah.
Yeah, we got way more into the feels on this one than I thought. I love it.
Hey there, guess what? If you're a farmer, you can have your low tunnels paid for by the NRCS. They have this cool new program where farmers can get $4 to $5 for each square foot to help with a Quick Hoops low tunnel system, frames and fabric included. It's like free money to help you grow more stuff on your farm. Want to learn more about Quick Hoops and the NRCS program? Click on the link below.